Good evening. This is EmoNews, every moment online. Here are the headlines. NBD marks 48 years with community outreach and customer appreciation. Wesley High School crowned 2026 debating champions. Marigot MP supports continued mining at De Bois for airport development. US and Barbados strengthen emergency response through training exercise. Grenada partners with Mount Sinai to launch major healthcare project. Israeli strikes kill 11, including 2 children in Gaza. And 250 missing after migrant boat sinks in Indian Ocean. Details of these stories and more coming up next. Stay with us. Welcome back. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis, and this is the news broadcast for the 15th of April, 2026. Let's take a look at local news. 2 United States nationals, Jonathan Scott Leher and Robert Thomas Snyder Jr., have pleaded not guilty to charges stemming from the 2023 murder of French-Canadian eco-resort owners Daniel Langlois and his partner, Dominique Marchand. The men appeared before the High Court on Tuesday for their arraignment, where the indictments were formally read. Both accused entered not guilty pleas to 2 counts of murder. Leher and Snyder Jr. are jointly charged in connection with the deaths of the well-known couple whose killing in 2023 sent shockwaves across Dominica and the wider international community. Following the proceedings, the matter was adjourned to a later date as the case continues to move through the court system. The accused were remanded as legal preparations advance ahead of trial. The deaths of Langlois and Marchand drew widespread attention, given their contributions to ecotourism and sustainable development on the island. The 4-H Club of St. Mary's Academy continues to demonstrate a strong commitment to environmental protection through its ongoing recycling initiative. Members of the club have been actively collecting and carefully sorting plastic bottles, ensuring that recyclable materials are properly separated from general waste. Their efforts contribute to reducing pollution and promoting responsible waste management practices within the school and wider community. The initiative not only helps maintain a cleaner environment, but also serves as an example to others, encouraging eco-friendly habits and greater environmental awareness. Organizers say the dedication, teamwork, and consistency of the students are making a meaningful impact as they work toward building a more sustainable future. Also in local news, National Bank of Dominica Limited, NBD, celebrated its 48th anniversary on March 15, 2026, with a month of impactful activities highlighting its commitment to community engagement, financial education, and customer appreciation. The bank hosted financial awareness sessions at Isaiah Thomas Secondary School and Oasis Preschool, teaching students the importance of saving, budgeting, and financial responsibility. Both schools also received support, including a cash donation to Oasis Preschool and a microwave and projector for Isaiah Thomas Secondary School. NBD extends its outreach to the Mao Senior Citizens Home, providing grocery items and a cash donation, while staff spend time engaging with residents and sharing meaningful moments. Through its Beyond Banking initiative, employees carried out projects at St. Mary's Academy, Social Center Model Preschool, and Kulibistri Primary School, helping to enhance learning environments and community spaces. The celebration also featured Customer Appreciation Week, with activities and social media engagements aimed at thanking customers for their continued loyalty. NBD reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening communities, supporting national development, and delivering excellent service as it continues its legacy of 48 years. Parliamentary Representative for Marigot, Anthony S. Charles, has expressed firm support for the continuation of mining operations at the Boash, citing its critical role in the construction of Dominica's International Airport. In a recent statement, Charles emphasized that the people of Marigot have consistently supported development initiatives that balance national progress with the rights of citizens. He pointed to the successful mining operations at Crapo Hall, which were carried out with the full consent of landowners who were fairly compensated. According to Charles, the work at Crapo Hall has paved the way for the next phase of development, with stone now being sourced from the Boash to support the airport project. He also assured the public that environmental protection remains a priority, noting that comprehensive mitigation measures are being implemented at the Boash site to safeguard natural resources. The Marigot MP made it clear that his position aligns with that of the landowners, stating that once fair compensation is provided and environmental safeguards are in place, the project should proceed. Charles added that the continuation of mining at the Boash is essential to the timely completion of the international airport, a project he says will boost the economy, create employment opportunities, and position Dominica for long-term growth. And news coming from Discover Dominica Authority. Dominica is at a 24% projected visitor arrival as of March 2026, says Marva Williams, CEO of the Discover Dominica Authority. Williams explained that the country is well on the way to meeting its targets.
As of March 2026, we have recorded 26,852 stayover visitors. That represents a 10% increase over the same period last year. That places us at 24% of our projected arrivals for the year, and based on current performance, that target is achievable.
Williams said that the growth must be managed effectively and that sustained success will depend heavily on stronger collaboration between the public and private sectors.
Destinations across the region and globally are investing heavily in product development, air access, and digital visibility. Technology continues to reshape traveler behavior, influencing how trips are researched, booked, and searched in real time. We are also seeing shorter booking windows, increased demand for personalized experiences, and a stronger emphasis on service quality and consistency. These trends present opportunity, but they also require readiness. Growth will not be driven by demand alone. It will be determined by how effectively we respond to it. That response must be collaborative. The success in tourism in Dominica depends on coordinated, constructive efforts across the entire sector, public and private, large and small.
Williams also reaffirmed the focus of the organization in driving growth in the sector.
Our focus is to maintain that momentum and expand our reach. We position Dominica in key markets compete for attention in a crowded global space, and shape how the destination is perceived by travelers seeking distinctive, experience-driven travel. That visibility sets expectations.
The official launch of Stellar Weekend Rendezvous, It's Time to Resuscitate, took place yesterday afternoon, bringing together sponsors, organizers, and well-wishers in anticipation of the highly anticipated event. Scheduled for May 22 to 25, 2026, the wellness-focused experience aims to provide participants with a space for connection, renewal, and purpose. Event organizer Natalie Joseph delivered an overview describing the initiative as an opportunity for individuals to resuscitate and unwind through a transformative weekend experience.
When you hear the word resuscitate, what do you think? You think of breath, you think of breathing, you think of life. You also think it's also associated with death, because if there's no death, there will be nothing to breathe life into. The resuscitation that we need is for ourselves. We lose hope sometimes. And looking around again, sometimes you don't see where you can find hope. A lot of times you look at, you look at those around you, you look at marriages and you see a lot of divorces. We may be thinking that resuscitate is just about marriage, but no, it's not just about marriage. It's about the whole person. It's about the individual who is somewhat broken, as we all are, finding an outlet where we can discuss, where we can speak about the matters that we don't want to talk about. There are so many little things that happen in our daily lives. We brush them aside. But these things go from little dust piles to molehills to mountains. And by the time we finish, you don't even know how to get past it. Resuscitate is especially geared to the individual before marriage.
Sponsors also expressed their support, with Flo Dominica noting their excitement to partner on the initiative.
We're really proud. I'm here representing Flo Dominica, of course, and we're really proud to be part of this initiative, very meaningful, initiative. And when I looked at everything, when I spoke with Natalie, and we spoke on, the vision that she has for this event, it was an easy yes, similar to Mr. Christoph here. Because, of course, here at Flo Dominica, we fight as a corporate entity. We're more than just telecommunications. So for us, it's not just about the TV and the internet and all the likes, but it's about connectivity. And last year, we launched what we called a rhythm campaign. And we said and we promised to Dominica that we will keep your rhythm flowing. And that, of course, didn't just mean, keeping you connected via our services that we offer, but it means keeping you connected to the things that matter, to culture, to love, to family, to community. And when we sponsor or we partner here at Flo Dominica, that's why we do what we do, because for us, we have a part to play in regards to connecting Dominica. And it's not just through internet. It's ensuring that we maintain the culture, and our community, of course, has exactly what it needs to thrive.
Meanwhile, Duvaliers Hiking Group confirmed they will be leading a guided hike as part of the weekend's activities. Organizers say the event promises a unique blend of wellness, nature, and meaningful engagement as participants prepare to embrace a rejuvenating experience in Dominica's natural surroundings. Also making the news this evening, the Roseau Health District Adolescent Youth Rally took to the streets today under the theme, Bridging the Gap in Primary Healthcare, promoting the importance of a strong mind and body. The rally brought together young people from across the district in a vibrant display of energy and unity as participants paraded through the streets of Roseau, accompanied by lively music. The initiative forms part of ongoing efforts to engage adolescents in health awareness, engaging healthy lifestyles, mental wellness, and greater access to primary healthcare services. Organizers say the event highlights the critical role young people play in shaping a healthier future, while reinforcing the message that both physical and mental well-being are essential for overall development. And finally, in local news, yesterday we brought you highlights from the inter-secondary schools debating competition, and today we are pleased to report that Wesley High School has emerged as the winner of the 2026 final. The highly anticipated showdown featured Wesley High School going head-to-head with Dominica Grammar School on the moot. Dominica should amend its Sexual Offences Act to allow limited publication of the identities of accused sexual offenders in the public interest. Representing Wesley High School on the opposing side were Hefziba Andemola and Nayola Aline, who delivered strong, well-structured arguments that ultimately secured the victory. Dominica Grammar School, represented by Michaela Benjamin and Lydia Charles on the proposing side, also delivered a compelling and thought-provoking case, making for a highly competitive and engaging debate. After careful deliberation, the judges announced Wesley High School as champions of the 2026 competition. Nayola Aline of Wesley High School was awarded Best Speaker for her outstanding performance. The team also received tokens and gift items from sponsors including KFC, the National Bank of Dominica, Sagicor, and others. Now, let's hear from the winners.
Use like a dream come true. To me, I feel very happy because this was my last year in West High School, and I just really wanted to make a great impact with my colleague, and she did very well. We worked together. We always worked together, and I felt like we were a strong team, and we brought it home to our school.
Can you just tell us the preparation going in, any nerves coming in with this kind of topic and overall with the competition?
When we first got the topic, we felt like, gosh, this is a lot actually. And then during the holidays, we had to work on it, have meetings, just change a lot of things, make a lot of corrections. And I mean, there are times we feel like we don't even understand anything anymore. So, but I think
Do you feel like this competition has helped you and it can advance in terms of what career path that you have, competition such as this?
Right, so my career path is not determined as of yet for me, but I believe it will help me to be more, help me in my public speaking, help me to express myself in a better way and express myself in such a way that people can understand me. But overall, I feel like it has had a great impact on me.
Okay, tell us a little bit about yourself, your age please, and the form that you're in.
Okay, so I'm currently in 5th form. I'm going to do CXC this year, and I am 16 years old, and my name is Nayola A. Ali.
Okay, which community are you from?
I'm from the community of Eccleston.
Eccleston. What about you?
I'm in 3rd form, and I'm 14 years old. My name is Ademola Ebsba Ademola, and I come from Nigeria.
Okay. How long have Nigeria? How long have you been in Dominica?
6 months.
6 months. Oh, fairly new.
EmoNews extends heartfelt congratulations to Wesley High School for their well-deserved victory. And we've come to the end of local news this evening. Stay tuned for regional news coming up next. And news from the region. United States Civil Affairs soldiers have partnered with the Barbados Police Service Mobile Support Operations Unit to enhance life-saving skills across the Eastern Caribbean. The collaboration featured a tactical combat casualty care, also known as TCCC, knowledge exchange, including scenario-based exercises designed to simulate real-world trauma response situations. Officials say the training is part of ongoing efforts to build capacity among first responders, ensuring that they are better equipped to respond effectively in critical emergencies. The initiative also highlights the strong partnership between the United States and Barbados as both countries continue to work together to improve public safety and emergency preparedness in the region. And now moving over to Grenada. Mount Sinai Health System has partnered with the government of Grenada to transform the country's healthcare system through the launch of a major new initiative, Project Polaris. Officials recently broke ground on the project, which includes the development of a 250-bed academic hospital and an 84-acre medical city. The initiative aims to position Grenada as a regional healthcare hub serving the wider Caribbean. Through the collaboration, Mount Sinai will provide U.S. medical expertise, advanced training, and access to a global healthcare network to strengthen Grenada's healthcare capacity. The U.S. Embassy has welcomed the partnership, noting its role in enhancing public health, building resilience, and strengthening economic ties between the two countries. Project Polaris is expected to significantly improve healthcare services while supporting long-term development in Grenada and the region. And that's all for regional news this evening. Stay tuned for international news coming up next.
Blast Gaming presents its biggest job whatever. Blast Mystery Progressive. I'm so excited. I can't hide it. In your blast up and rising. And I like it. It going up and up and up and up and up. Blast up and up and up and up and up and up.
Play selected games to win in the Blast Mystery Progressive. Pick until you match 3 gems and win one of the 5 cash jackpots. Or you can blast up with the Mystery Progressive jackpot.
It going up and up and up and up and up. Blast up and up and up. Blast Gaming.
And now for international news. At least 11 Palestinians, including 2 children, have been killed in a series of Israeli airstrikes across the Gaza Strip, according to reports from local authorities and international media. Among the victims were a 3-year-old and a 14-year-old who died in strikes targeting northern Gaza on Tuesday. Gaza's civil defense said several of the casualties occurred after a police vehicle was hit in Gaza City, resulting in multiple deaths and injuries, including a police officer and several civilians. Additional strikes were reported in the Beit Lahia area, as well as near an intersection in the Shati refugee camp, where medics confirmed receiving multiple bodies following a drone attack that also left several people wounded. The latest violence comes despite an ongoing ceasefire between Israel Defense Forces and Hamas, which took effect in October last year. However, authorities say attacks have continued, contributing to a rising death toll and worsening humanitarian conditions. Health officials in Gaza report that hundreds of Palestinians have been killed and thousands injured since the ceasefire was announced, as tensions in the region remain high. And finally, in international news, approximately 250 migrants, including children, are missing after a boat carrying Rohingya refugees and Bangladeshis capsized in the Andaman Sea, according to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and the International Organization for Migration. The vessel, which departed from Bangladesh and was heading to Malaysia, reportedly sank due to heavy winds, rough seas, and overcrowding. 9 survivors were rescued on April 11 after being found clinging to debris at sea for nearly 2 days. Survivors said the boat encountered a storm around April 7 or 8, leading to the disaster. Many of those on board were Rohingyans fleeing persecution and poor living conditions, seeking better opportunities abroad. The UN described the incident as a tragic reflection of ongoing displacement and lack of long-term solutions for the Rohingya population, calling for increased international support and urgent action to address the root causes of the crisis. Search efforts and investigations are ongoing, but there is currently no trace of the missing passengers or the vessel. And that's all for international news this evening. Stay tuned for the sports segment coming up next.
Attention! The Allwyn Bowley Foundation, Max Services, and EO Libla family invites you to an evening of poetry, jazz, cocktail with a touch of bouillon on May 2nd at Jungle Bay Resort from 6 p.m. Performances by selected secondary schools, strict cast, and experienced poets. Pan in Harmony, King Bob, Lady Octave, Shalina, Andre and Sax, along with Booyah Emperor. Tickets are available at Jay's Bookstore and Jungle Bay Resort. Tickets $150. Don't forget the dates. May 2nd, jazz, poetry, cocktail with a touch of bouillon. May 2nd, be there.
And now for the sports segment. Grenada under-19 bowler Jayon Henry delivered a standout performance, claiming a 5-wicket haul to put his team in a strong position against St. Vincent and the Grenadines in their latest Windward Islands under-19 clash. At the innings break, St. Vincent and the Grenadines under-19 posted 169 all-out in 35.2 overs, marking the best batting performance of the tournament so far. Kevin Joseph led the scoring for St. Vincent and the Grenadines with 45 runs, while Ozaid Edwards contributed 21. Henry was the star with the ball for Grenada, finishing with impressive figures of 5 wickets for 32 runs in 7.2 overs. He was supported by Jeremy Edwards, 1 for 19, and Desron Mitchell, 1 for 31. Avindra Bishop, 1 for 26, and Shamel Hilaire, 1 for 22. Grenada under-19 now require 170 runs for victory as they look to capitalize on their strong bowling display. And finally in sports, captain of Dominica's senior women's national football team, Trinity Esprit, says the team delivered a strong performance despite a disappointing result in the World Cup qualifier against Antigua and Barbuda. Dominica earned their first point of the tournament in a 1-1 draw after Esprit gave the team the lead in the second half. However, a late penalty saw Antigua and Barbuda equalize, leaving the result a heartbreaking one for the Dominican side. Dominica remains at the bottom of the group and will next face Nicaragua this weekend. And that's all for the sports segment this evening. Stay tuned for the weather report coming up next. And this brings us to the end of tonight's news broadcast for the 15th of April 2026. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis. On behalf of the entire newscast, we say thank you for viewing. This is EmoNightly News, every moment online. Good night.